I know, I see you too.
What's that?
Welcome to Dave's Basement, everyone. I am your host, Dave Basement. Yes, this is my basement, and I am the titular Dave. Thank you so much for being here tonight. It's a real treat to have people down here, real live people. I've seen a lot of ghosts down here. I've seen dolls of various kinds, not that kind. And I've also seen a lot of spiders. But people, this is something special. Thank you so much for following all the signs I left posted and listening to all the broadcasts I left, telling you that today this place is open to accept visitors. Appreciate you being here. I think I've made this a kind of nice and inviting space and sanctuary for those of us who just want to get a little break from all that's going on up there. Because it's getting pretty bad up there. It's just getting worse all the time, right? Yeah, well, don't worry, you are safe. I've sealed that door, and we are sealing down here, all right? And we can all that stuff will stay up there, we can all huddle together and hide away and just be safe for a little while. But as your host, I have a lot prepared to entertain you tonight. So you are gonna have a great time. I swear to God. I swear to God. But before we get going on that, I thought maybe I'd just start off with a little tour so we could all feel a little more comfortable. So let's do that. Right here, these are my boxes of cables. I got a lot of cables. You want a cable, I probably got it. I got XLR cables. I got SDI cables. Firewire. Does anyone like Firewire? Yes. That's never happened before. Wow. You were going to have a real good time if you like Firewire. Because I got a ton of them. If you want one, let me know. Oh, before I forget, this here is my coworker, Fred. Fred and I work together down here. He's got a big project due tomorrow, so he's just going to be working real hard on his spreadsheets while waiting. And he told me that it wouldn't bother him if we did this here tonight, and he has really good boundaries, so I believe it. Okay, so Fred's cool, don't worry about Fred. This here is a landline telephone. Still have a landline telephone cell coverage down here, not great, so I kind of need that to be plugged into the wall. Ooh, right here, an inflatable palm tree. Just a little touch of sun, and part of the time feeling it gets a little dark and dank, and sometimes the bad thoughts come in, and it's like, hey, look at this time I'm having, So down here, this is where I keep all of my chairs. Right here in this whole area. Thank you very much for sitting in them. I come from a chair family, so I've inherited a lot of chairs. And I have this system where I sit in each chair for 10 minutes a day, and you sitting in them is going to save me a lot of time. Back here, this is where I keep my snacks and my drinks. You're welcome to have some, but please pay for them. Capitalism still, etc. And then all the way back here, I got a new hot water heater and a new furnace. That is exciting, thank you. They're smart appliances, so they're all hooked up to the network and stuff. But don't go back there. There's something wrong with the hot water heater. It's leaking, and I can't fix it. I was really trying to hope to get it fixed before you all came here, but I don't know, it's moldy and stuff, so just don't go back there, okay? And then finally, this thing. What is this thing? Good question. Tonight's festivities are sponsored in part by the Telerex Corporation, and they have asked me to have this device here in exchange for some consideration. It's called the Brainalyzer, and all it does is it just scans our brains and uploads data from our brains into the cloud onto their server. So it should be fine. No big deal. I was supposed to have this thing turned on. I'm so there we go. Okay. Hope I don't get in trouble. It's supposed to be on the whole time. But yeah, so just scanning our brains, uploading data, no big deal. And yeah, that's it. Welcome to Dave's Basement. Thanks for being here. Now, are you ready to have some fun? Yeah. Okay, sounds like you are, and I'm glad you are, because I have just the thing for that. I have here one of the final books that hasn't been banned. This is a book from 1967 called Instant Party Fun. And I thought it would just be a blast if we could all just go through this book together, you know? They got games in here, they got decor ideas, they got icebreakers. There's a game in here called Who Can Carry the Balloon? I really want to know the answer to that. There's a game in here called Matching Names. Wonder what that's going to be all about. Ooh, a game called New Year's Autographs. This is going to be so much fun. Oh, and my favorite game is called Fanfare. And that's a game where I hand out a piece of paper to everyone and fold it into a little paper fan. And we all fan each other with our fans and talk about why we like our fans. It's going to be really fun. Now, these are all true, real games, and they are all in this book. It's true. Okay, I'm so sorry. That's the hot water heater. It's kind of been, like I said, it's been a little achy-ucky lately. I gotta reset something over here, but don't worry, I'm gonna fix it. It's gonna be fine, and we're gonna play Who Can Carry the Balloon? Make sure I mean, sometimes I just don't do it, and I don't know why. Oh well. So let's do it together. Ready? Open the bottle. Push and turn. Push and turn. One more. Push and turn. And you did it. It's open. Great job. Excellent work. Now it's time to pour out the prescribed number of pills as prescribed by your doctor. For me, it's 2. Ready? Let's do it. 1. And 2. You did it. Great job. Now it's time to swallow the pill. You can do this a variety of ways. You can do pill, then water, water, then pill, or just pill if you're like that. It doesn't matter what method you use, just get the pill down. All right, let's do it. 1. 2, and you did it. Great job. Now for the next way to stay alive. If you're like me, you used to smoke, but now you don't, but you still want to. Experts agree that not smoking is one of the best ways you can stay alive. So together, we're going to not smoke at all. I recommend you sit down for this one. Ready? Here we go. Stay alive, having a conversation with another human being. This exercises your core personality traits and manages your ego needs. Now, I'm going to talk to my friend Jim on the phone. If you're feeling more advanced, you can increase the difficulty of this exercise by having a conversation face to face. Ready? Here we go. Hello, Jim. Hi. Yeah, I'm just calling to say hello. I know. Nobody does this anymore, but I just thought I would. Uh-huh. So how are you? Uh-huh. Great. I might need to borrow your power washer. Okay. Thanks. Well, thanks for the conversation, Jim. Goodbye. And you did it. Great job. The final way to stay alive. Getting a good night's sleep is one of the important ways you can stay alive. But it can be hard to settle in with the worries and the problems, the feelings of emptiness, uselessness, and hopelessness. But oh well, it's time to go to sleep. you don't remember me. Oh, that's okay. That happens sometimes when it's been a while. Let me reintroduce myself then. I'm a ghost. But no, I'm not a scary dead person kind of ghost. No. I'm more like a Christmas Carol kind of ghost. Do you know that kind of ghost? You do? Okay, great. Yeah, that makes things easier. Well, hi. I am the ghost of every mistake you've ever made in your entire life. How you doing? You doing all right? Yeah. Okay, well, hey, the reason I'm here is that I just thought that tonight might be a good night for us to do our work together. You know, go over the list. Do you know what I mean? Okay, you do remember me now. Yes, sometimes that happens too. That's fine. Yeah, I saw you went to bed. You were feeling good. You even went to bed early, ready to get a start on the day tomorrow. And I thought, now's my chance. Because we got to keep up with that list, buddy. You know, we got to do our little audit. It's been a long time. All right, but I see you're a little hesitant, so that's fine. You just say the word, and we will do this again some other day. No? Okay, we're doing this. Great. Okay. Do you know you are one of my favorites? That's true. You absolutely are. And do you know why? It's because I think deep down you really like this work. I do. I think that, you know, lots of people, they don't want to do this, but you really commit once we get going. You really do. Sometimes it's like, I'm ready to stop way before you are. It's true. But hey, I thought tonight, if you wanted, if it was okay with you, maybe we could do something a little different than what we usually do. I've been doing a lot of professional training. I've been going to like ghost conferences and seminars and just honing my skills, you know? And I went to this one presentation recently. It was all about tagging the list with different subject matters and stuff like that. And it's so helpful for a list, especially a long list like yours. Oh my gosh. Just like, I can just zip around that thing now. But you know, that's all for me. That's just my end of the thing. No. What I wanted to try with you is something that I learned at a presentation called the Big Bounce. And here's how it works, all right? So instead of starting from like today, like something you did today, and then going back to yesterday, and then all the way back through like high school into, you know, elementary school, childhood when you were 4 and peed on the floor in front of Holly Jaggy and all that. Instead of going back like that, the Big Bounce, what we do is we pick a random mistake and then we sort of free associate them. Like bounce around. And it's really cool because this other way, by the time we get to the childhood stuff, we're tired, you know, we're not really giving it our full attention, we're going to stop a little bit. This way we can really spread the shame around, you know, equally through all parts of your life. And it's really also, and maybe this is just me, but it is so much fun making some of these connections. Let me show you how it works, okay? Let me just get your list out here real quick. Ectoplasm, there we go. Okay. I'm just gonna pick the first mistake. Let's see here. You were 19. You got really mad, and you called your girlfriend a bitch. Oh, not your best moment. I mean, these are all mistakes. But, you know what? You got a really long list. We got a lot to do. I know this was supposed to be like an example, but we're just going to go ahead and address this now so we don't have to come back to it later, okay? So we're just going to mark that as unforgivable. Great. So from there, you might think like, oh, we're going to go to like another romantic relationship thing. And there's a lot in here for that, sure. But I'm like, can we do something more fun? You know, a little more interesting? So I'm like, bitch. What's that like? Dog, right? Dog. Type in the word dog tagging. And that time you were 7 and you purposefully scared the family dog while it was sleeping just to watch it go all crazy. And then it was funny, but then it turned and looked at you with that look of hurt in its eyes and you realized you just betrayed your best friend. Also not your best moment, but that's okay. So let's go ahead and address this one too. We got a lot to do. What did I say? We're 7, so it's pretty young. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you'd seen someone else in your family scare a dog like that while it was sleeping, so you're just kind of copying them. And when you're 7, you don't really have like full empathy for other living creatures developed. It's kind of still coming in. So yeah, gosh, I mean, that's really, really understandable that you did that. But unforgivable. And that's the big bounce. That's how it works. You just kind of go from bitch to dog and bounce around and boom, boom, boom until the sun comes up. You know what I mean? You know something that I think is so fascinating? I see a lot of them. I really do. And some people, they have like 5 things on their list. And these people, they've done things like the things I just talked about. They've done those things. But they don't put that on their list at all. I think that's so fascinating. You do. Your list goes on and on and on and on and on and on. And to me, that means that you care. And I think that's commendable. I really do. I really, really do. Because it shows you want to be a good person. And I think that's great. And it's a good thing you do. Because you might go, if you don't, you might go walking around out there like you're some kind of okay person, that's just allowed to exist with no work at all. And buddy, that might be the biggest mistake of them all. Talk about unforgivable. Oh, let's get going. You want to give me like a one-word suggestion for a food or something like that, maybe? scene change. What? Oh no. Now? Oh my God, really? But okay, all right, fine, I'll do it, fine. Hi everyone, sorry to do this in the middle of everything. First of all, I just want to say that you're a fantastic Dave's Basement audience, and yeah, so just want to say you're a fantastic audience, and I'm really happy with each and every one of you. Everything's going really great, but there's something going on here. That was the Telerex Corporation, and I have to lay some of you off. I guess there's a problem with the metrics or something. I don't know. You're all so good. Each and every one of you is great. It's nothing you did or didn't do. It has nothing to do with that. It's just them and. Okay, so you're all sitting there like, okay, is it me? Am I one of the people? And I get that. I totally get that. The really shitty thing is I have to lay off like half of you. I know. And there's just no easy way to pick who it's gonna be or what I'm gonna do here. So look, it's all arbitrary, okay? This is just life, it's weird. I don't know if the math is gonna work out this way, but I'm just gonna say that this half of the room, you are all full-time Dave's Basement audience members, which means that I'm afraid over here, I'm gonna have to let you go. I know it's a weird time. It couldn't have been the worst time. We're right in the middle of stuff, and I'm just so sorry. It's not immediate. Okay, so you can finish out the show tonight. All right, you can totally stay and finish out the show, so you don't have. But once it's over, you will no longer be a member of the Dave's Basement audience. You will have to go upstairs. And I do have some severance I could offer. If you want, you can keep the memories that you've made so far. I know we gave out stickers when you came in, so if you want to keep your sticker, that's totally cool. In fact, get a second sticker on your back. Okay, just get a second one, because I don't know. I don't want to have to do this. I'm so sorry. This is the hardest part of my job, and I wish there was something I could do. I mean, if I could switch places, if I could give up my position to say, I'm not going to do that, but like, I feel like we've become something of a family, and it just really sucks to have to like send members of your family upstairs. I'm just so sorry. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't want to do it. They're making me do it. I just want to say I'm so sorry. Okay. Fuck. I'm sorry for two reasons now. I'm sorry you had to see that. You know what? Look, I think this is going to be the best thing for you. I really do. I really think this is going to be great. I think after today, you're going to go out there, the air is going to smell crisp and clear, and it's going to smell like opportunity, You can go out there, you can laugh or clap or not for whatever reasons you want to. And anything you want to do, if you want to continue being an audience member, I am so happy to support you. I know there's other Fertile Ground shows still going on, so if you wanted to go to one of them, I would write you a glowing letter of recommendation. Really. So yeah. All right. Well, we did it. I guess the show must go on now. So I'm just going to continue. I'm going to be kind of doing it more for them than for you. psychology, like. So I'm just gonna get back to doing werewolf politician now. You like it? Oh, it's a full moon on election night. Hello? I'm in the middle of my work. Oh no. Oh no, no. Listen, I don't think they're gonna want to come back. I really. The situation's changed. I'm sorry I looked right at you and said, oh no, that must have been really scary. Here's the thing, I guess the metrics have changed in like the last 5 minutes. So those of you that I just laid off, I am happy to be able to offer you your position back. Instead, you would have to leave your sticker if you did come back. But you know what, I'm gonna fight them on that. You can keep your sticker. Okay, one sticker, but you can keep your sticker, all right? In fact, all Dave's Basement audience members can keep their stickers, okay? I take care of my people, I'll fight them. So, what do you say? Do you wanna come back to the Dave's Basement family? Yeah! Okay. But I have authorization finally to do this. Oh, I've been working on this for a long time. So here is your tooth. Your tooth. Here is your tooth. And here is your tooth. And here is your tooth. All right. Everyone that I just gave a tooth to, you are now promoted to audience management. Congratulations. Those of you without a tooth, you will report to the nearest tooth-holding audience member, okay? So just look to them to see if you should be laughing, clapping, standing, stomping. Sometimes people stomp. Really excited about something. And if I just laid you off and you've chosen not to come back, you are now subcontractors if you're staying. So you report to any non-tooth-holding audience member, okay? All right. We all understand the work chart and who we report to and what we're responsible for. Great. Well, we have some new hires today. So I'd like to welcome our new hires, and let's play some fun icebreakers from the book Instant Party Fun. Oh no. It's that hot water heater. I gotta deal with this stupid hot water heater. I am so sorry about this. It keeps doing this. I've been reading the manual. I don't know what's going on, but I'll be right back and we'll play some icebreakers. I promise. Theater! Theater. The theater. A kingdom for a stage. Princes to act, and monarchs to behold the swelling scene. Yes. I have been privileged and honored to work within the hallowed halls of the theater. To labor within a tradition that goes all the way back to when caves gathered around a fire and told stories of their deeds and exploits to their fellows. The theater. I am not a boastful man. It's not in my nature. But I do believe that it is accurate, and therefore not boasting when I say that many of my productions that I have directed are successful works of theater. It's true. Yes, my stage adaptations of You've Got Mail, My Best Friend's Wedding, Casino, Short Circuit 2, Speed, and my personal preference, Speed 2 Cruise Control. All hear the question, what is theater? And answer, this. For as we know, the theater is a sacred space where people gather together as a collective, as a group mind, to cast off their worldly troubles and watch recreations of movies they've enjoyed. At least that's what they'll pay to see. And that's fine. I am often asked, how do I choose my next project? And the process is fascinating. I rent a cabin on the beach or in the woods, it doesn't matter. I check in, drop my bags, examine the bathroom situation. Satisfied, I make myself further into the cabin and seek out the shelf of cinematic treasures. And there it is. And there they are. A row of DVDs, Blu-rays, sometimes still a VHS tape. I close my eyes, I reach out, and I grab them, and that is my next project. Message in a Bottle, starring Robin Wright and Kevin Costner and Paul Newman. Okay. I place it back on the shelf and do not need to watch the film. I've seen enough of it, bits and pieces on TBS and hotel rooms, as have we. We've all turned on the television and said, what is this? An erotic thriller with Al Pacino, what is that called? Sea of Love. Which I've done. And which was very nice. Then I returned home, had my customary dinner of one rotisserie chicken with mashed potatoes, call my people, and we are off to the races making theater. And when we build it, oh, do they come? Field of Dreams. Because communication, reaching others, the human hand, yes, handmade, that's what the theater is not artificial intelligence, nor is it the algorithm. I reject the algorithm. I will not have my entertainment served to me by math. Are we robots? No. You must not be a robot. That is my number one rule in being human. Do not be a robot. Which you'd know if you'd seen my production of Labor. But I'm going on. I am, as always, your humble servant, Arthur Bowman. No, I'm up here in this moment, and you down there, I must insist, I am no one special. I carry my Pop-Tarts in my pocket, just like anyone else. So at this time, I would like to offer you the opportunity to ask me questions. Questions about the theater, my work, any films you might have seen, particularly those between 1985 and 2002. You may ask me questions, if you wish. Don't be shy. Does anyone have a question?
I do.
I hear one over here.
What's the best submarine movie of all time?
Ah! Up Periscope. Easy question, but thank you. I did a production of The Hunter of October. I did. Could not get that boat to stay below the stage. We got it. Any other questions? I hear there's a question. You may ask.
Does improv count as theater?
Improvisation is a tool. But I don't personally like to watch people make things up. I'm like, why didn't you write something? It's not hard. Pick up a pen. Turn on TBS. Point of no return with Bridget Fonda. How hard is that? I think there was another one over there. Nope.
Gremlins or Gremlins 2?
You have perplexed me. I'm more of a critters guy. But that's because I've seen the Gremlins far too many times and far from it. I staged in Gremlins and Gremlins 2. I did a combo show once that was Gremlins plus Gremlins 2. I thought of a question. What's your secret? Now we're getting to the good stuff. I have a secret, and it is this: chili cheese Fritos.
Yes.
A single bag consumed on day 1 will provide inspiration by day 2. It must be the whole bag and not one of those small bags. I've tried all the loopholes. No, 1 bag of chili cheese Fritos, a good night's sleep, and then boom, inspiration appears. Must be chili cheese too. Normal Fritos inspired my worst play ever. That debacle based on the film Stephen King's The Lawn Home. Never to be repeated. It reminds me of when I was working on Glengarry Glen Ross, based on the film, not the play. Oh, the music. I've gone on too long. Yes. Well, I want to thank Dark Falls Community for my 2024 directing season, in which I made Beetlejuice the musical into Beetlejuice the play, and also put a little bit of a frankness in there. Thank you so much. Good night, everyone. Thank you. Dear everyone, well, here I am, stranded on a desert island. Again. Life is pretty funny. When I was growing up, I never thought I'd be stranded on a desert island once. And now, I've lost count of how many times I've been in this situation. The second time it happened, even though it was scary, I still thought, wow, this is funny. when I was stranded on a desert island for the third time, I started thinking, what am I doing to cause this? And I tried to change my behavior, but no matter what I did, I just kept getting stranded on desert islands. I've tried to learn to accept it. At a certain point, I started thinking, well, this is just the way things go for me. For some reason, no matter what I do, I periodically get stranded on desert islands. But it's a pretty hard thing to accept, especially at night. When the sun goes down, it gets so cold. And they don't tell you in movies or cartoons that it's always windy on a desert island. That sea air, it's really hard to keep a shelter up in it. Whoa. Go. Also, the crabs. They come out at night too. And you'd think I'd have gotten used to them by now, but truthfully, I wish there were no crabs anywhere at all in the whole world. They are despised, hateful creatures, and even if it ruined the entire ecosystem of the whole planet, I would do anything to kill them all. It is kind of funny to be writing this, because I happen to know, from much experience, that this note is unlikely to be found. I don't know how many messages in a bottle I've written, but only one time, has anyone ever received one. A friendly beachcomber found my message, and he emailed me a picture of it. What was weird is that I've been through a handful of strandings since I'd written that particular note, and it was so funny to read the things I was writing at that time in my life. Things like, please help me, and I'm scared I'm going to die. Who was that guy writing this message? I guess it just goes to show how I've gotten a little more zen as I've gotten older. LOL. The one thing about this life I'm living that bothers me the most, other than the crabs, is that now, whenever I'm with people, I'm always the desert island guy. I get it. I do. I mean, not everybody gets stranded on an island multiple times, and it's kind of interesting, I suppose. But it gets tedious going to a party and answering the same questions over and over. Like, oh yes, I probably would talk to a volleyball if one washed up. Yes, sometimes there's a palm tree, but sometimes there's not. And no, I didn't have to drink my pee. But you know, it's just that there's so much more to me. Like, I learned how to knit. I can totally knit now, and I'm excited about it. I sure would love to share it with somebody. Talk a little knitting, you know? But I know it'd just be like, oh, are you learning to knit palm fronds so you can more efficiently make rope? No, just scarves and baby sweaters. I really enjoy it. It's a calming activity. So, I guess if you find this, I'm just saying, if you could, just please be more curious about the people in your life. I know it's hard when there's someone who's been on the news and they have... Oh, shit, oh, fuck, oh my God, oh my fucking God. Oh, why are you so big? Oh God, go. No, this is my beach, go, get out of here. Why does this keep happening? And also, I'd love it if you could please tell anyone you can that we simply must do something about all of the crabs that are living on planet Earth like they belong here and it's no big deal. It's a problem that has gone on for far too long and somebody has to do something. Well, it's getting dark now. Time to finish this up. If you find this, don't worry about me. I'll be all right. If I've learned one thing in my life, it's that there's some force in this universe that wants me to be on a desert island for some amount of time. But that same force always finds a way to bring me back. I hope whoever's reading this is doing well. My only advice to you is to be honest as much as you can. And whatever you do, don't fly Delta. And don't wish that you had a little more time to yourself on a shooting star. Cheers, the Desert Island Guy.
Once, 1,000 million years ago, a comet flew into a black hole. Soon that black hole had a baby. Ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to present to you one of the world's leading composers of electronic music. Fresh from his tour of the Mutara Nebula, we're presenting Sundiculus.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that hot water heater. It keeps beeping and beeping and beeping.
Sorry, dude.
Wait a minute. Fred? Did the brainalyzer just take over my brain and make me perform a series of comic scenarios so we would have games from Instant Party Fun? Oh, no. Okay, no, Buster, you don't come into my basement, take over my brain, do God knows what to these people, all for metrics? No, that's not what this place is about. I'm turning you off. Oh, that was tense. Holy shit. Well, let that be a lesson as to what corporations you let in your basement, huh? You know what, I think I did learn a lesson here. My memory's kind of fuzzy, but I think we had a good time tonight. And I didn't need this brainalyzer or Telerex Corporation. I didn't even need Instant Party Fun. I just needed the stuff that was in my head and the stuff that was in your head. And so we could just have a good time together, and all we really need is each other. It's pretty cool. Yeah. So you know what, I'm kicking the Telerex Corporation out. This is my basement, and so I'm doing something I should have done from the beginning. As of now, you are all permanent audience members of Dave's Basement. Congratulations. And what that means is that no matter where you are or what's going on, the basement is here for you, and part of you can always be here, hiding away, safe in the basement.
Yeah.
And maybe we're playing Who Can Carry the Balloon. We'll figure that out. But I think it's about time to go back upstairs. I hope we see each other again down here soon. But until then, Fred, play us out!